Good morning. My name is David and this is my life on play. Enjoy the bike ride in. It's pretty exhilarating. And that, my friends, is how I get to work. As you know, I've been going through the series of how to be a rock star staff. And one thing I always wanted as a staff was to get on that client communication. And so here's a couple tips to enhance or better your odds to get on client communication. One thing you can always keep in mind is that when you are communicating with the people internally, always treat them as if they were a client. Meaning when they email you, try to get back to them as soon as you can if you know what the answer is, and treat them with respect, because basically your interaction in the firm with other people is going to be your prerequisite to see if you're ready to talk to a client. Email forwarded to you from a manager, from the client. You want to respond not only to get the job done, but you also want to draft a response to the client as if it was from your manager. This is great practice. Absolutely great practice. And it shows your manager, partner, whomever, that you actually want to do client communication, and that if you were to send it to the client today, this is what they would get. What happens is that partner will probably copy and paste that email and either send it directly to the client or they'll critique it a little bit themselves. The next step would be if the manager or partner is emailing the client asking for something or needs a follow-up, and the client responds, you should be the first one to be looking at that email and trying to respond. Okay? Because you should draft up that response to the partner or the manager. You should say, hey, I looked at this email and I think this is the answer of what we need. And then you could draft up a response. This is an incredible technique to do, and I'll tell you why. It's because it takes the work off of your manager's plate. Is thinking to themselves, wow, my staff is being very, very proactive and wants this communication. And not only are they communicating, but they're getting to it faster than I am. So maybe I'll just introduce them to the client and let them respond themselves. How that works, you have to be able to demonstrate that you're ready for client communication before you actually get put on the client to be talking to them. To do is to ask if you can go to a client meeting. I saw that you're visiting such and such client on this day. Would it be possible for me to join along? Introduce to the client. They're going to know who you are, have a face, and your partner or manager is going to be likely to give you that communication after the client feels comfortable with you as being the staff. Another way to demonstrate that you are ready for client communication within the firm is to build the trust with the people above you. And one way to build the trust is to be answering questions or asking good questions that you're not sure of, okay? Questions that you're asking, and this lets them know where you're at accounting-wise, okay? Now it's not over-asking, because you shouldn't be over-asking questions. You should just try to vet out as much as you can with your friends, especially the easy questions if you're new to the firm. But for technical questions that are going on within the account, you should be asking very specific questions. That demonstrates to the manager, partner, that you're looking at the details very, very closely, and that they know if something is ever in question that you're going to ask. I can't tell you how important this is. So wrapping up here, those are a few ways that you can really enhance your ability to get on client communication in the future. Getting on client communication is very rewarding. It can be very challenging too, but that is honestly the natural progression in public accounting. Hey, my name is David. This is My Life on Play. Really glad to have you here with me.